Hi again, my name is Dylan Black. It's Daytime Ottawa on Rogers TV. You know, the EZ system allows virtually anyone to operate and harvest a bee colony without the need to lift anything heavier than a single frame of honey. Sounds good to me. Let's find out more right now. Sandra Bornn Smith is joining us, founder, beekeeper, designer, Apiverte is the name of the company. Tell us more about Apiverte.
Apiverte was born just this past January. It was an invention of my husband and I. And we came up with the name to support green beekeeping. Green beekeeping.
Yes. That's good. That's important. Now, you're out of Wakefield.
Yes, we are.
Quebec, okay. You recently had a launch event. Let's talk about the launch event.
Yes, we launched our first two hosts, and we're partnering with different farms in the region. Our first two hosts are Franktown House Flowers and Juniper Farm.
Okay, I understand as well, 3 women-owned businesses, including yours.
Yes.
Basically collaborating here. So that's impressive. That's great.
It's even more than that. So not only is it women-owned businesses, but we have incorporated art within our Easy Houses, and all of the artists are women as well.
Amazing. We'll talk about the art coming up in moments, but let's talk about saving the bees. You hear about that in the news and the media quite often. How big of a situation is this?
I think it's getting pretty perilous at this point. For the last several years, beekeepers have seen catastrophic colony collapse, losses anywhere from 50 to 100%. Beekeepers losing their livelihood pretty much overnight.
Wow, that's obviously not good. Now, what's contributing to this? Is it climate change, environment issues?
Yes, all of those things.
Yeah.
So, and when you look at climate change, that's a direct reflection on us as human beings. We are definitely affecting the longevity of not just honeybees, but all sorts of things in the ecosystem.
Okay, let's talk about the Easy House. I built it up there pretty big, so it's the Easy system, right? What is it all about? What are you trying to do here?
So we're trying to give beekeepers a different way to do beekeeping and to manage honeybees in general. Traditional systems are Langstroth hives, and that's what we see in our region. This is a picture of one of our Easy Houses at Franktown House Flowers. It's more or less a shed size, and it holds about 10 colonies of bees. We're working on different sizes as well. Instead of having traditional Langstroth boxes that most people see on farms and different properties, rooftops that are stacked up on top of each other. Ours are located in a building like this.
Wow.
And we access all of the bees from inside in a cupboard. So instead of having to break down the boxes to look at the very bottom box to examine the queen, we can open up a door and we've got full access to the entire hive. That's
amazing. Okay, so then what else is different? Obviously the design, the look, different from I guess the stereotypical beekeeping.
Exactly. Well,
unit.
North American style.
Yeah. So what else is different then? Some of the features.
Well, for us in particular, we've incorporated artists' murals into our artwork. We really want to bring our communities together to be able to showcase the bees, showcase the artists, and get people really engaged in ways that they haven't been able to before. You know, beekeepers are, often kind of shy people. They like putting their beehives out and deal with their bees. They're not necessarily come and see my bees all the time. That's what we'd like people to do. If they can see the bees, they can interact with them, they can taste some honey, go to a harvesting event, then they're going to be more engaged.
Okay, so let's talk about the engagement. How are you getting the community involved a bit more with this?
So we're having, instead of taking our honey and harvesting it in a honey house, some faraway place that you never see, we're going to be engaging the community and getting them to come to the different farms and actually participate with us. We're going to pull the honey right there in front of them, put it through our extraction process, and right out the other end of their system, they're going to be able to take their honey at that point with them.
That's very unique.
It is.
Okay, so let's break it down to talk about which bees are actually in trouble. There's different species of bees. Which ones are you trying to, first of all, house and save for the most part?
So the typical honeybee that most people see in the backyards are the biggest pollinator. They're pollinating the majority of our crops. They're in trouble. Native pollinators as well, the ground bees, the bumblebees, they're all in trouble as well. But we're specifically dealing with the honeybees at this point.
Okay. This is not only a summer thing. It's fall, it's winter, it's spring. This is year-round.
Exactly.
These beekeeping, what would you call these? Huts, homes? Like
Easy houses.
Easy houses, because they
Yes.
really do look like I could live there.
My husband and I
nice.
actually made the joke as we were building it that if this doesn't work out, we could actually have 2 little retirement houses.
Yeah, put a couple together for sure. But it's
Exactly.
good year-round.
It is. So we've insulated them. There's actually extra ventilation in there. There's power that runs the lights. If you saw in some of the pictures, there's actually excuse me, I'm losing my words.
That's okay. Yeah.
It's actually run by solar.
Oh, okay.
On the
Yeah.
top. So there's man,
Panels.
I've lost my word.
Solar panels.
There you go,
Yes.
solar panels.
Nice.
Solar
Okay.
panels on the roof that power batteries. So when our internal temperature gets too hot, we automatically ventilate, so we can bring that temperature down. Because our hives are stacked side by side, in the winter we're hoping that the bees are going to benefit from each other's heat. So the same way in a townhouse where if your neighbor turns on the heat, you don't have to turn yours on as high. We're trying to make it easier for the bees to survive, give them that little bit of extra warmth. We're losing bees in the winter because the temperatures are going up and down.
Yeah,
They're generally pretty good creatures for surviving the winter. But when we get a January or February where we go up to 12 degrees for a week, it confuses the bees.
Okay.
It's bad for their natural cycles.
About 30 seconds left here. I just want to know
Okay.
how people can get involved. So right now, it's for businesses primarily?
Yeah, so we're hosting with different businesses in the area. We've just launched with, as I said, Franktown House Flowers and Juniper Farm. And next year we're going to be out with some hospitality type places in Wakefield, as well as one of the top restaurants in the Chelsea area, Les Fougères.
Great. And people can go online. They can buy personal honey shares, which is awesome, and
Exactly.
much more. Apiverte.ca. Sandra Bornn Smith, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Helping to save the bees in our area. Love it. More daytime coming up.